Hi guys, so we'll be solving an O-level past paper question from the year 2014. The session is May-June. This is question number 8. This is a vectors question and we'll find the magnitude, the midpoint, the perimeter, the area and ratios. So let's start. In this question, you may use the grid below to help you. The point P has position vector 4 and 2 and the point Q has position vector 8 and -3. The first part says find PQ. They need to find the column vector for PQ. In order to find the column vector for PQ, there are two methods. Either you can go from P to O and then from O to Q, or you can simply use this formula or this method where you have to do OQ minus OP. When you do this, the value of OQ is 8 and -3 because that's the position vector minus the value of OP which is 4 and 2. When you solve this, you get 8 minus 4, you get 4, and -3 minus 2, you get -5. This is the value, these are the values of the x and y coordinates for the column vector of PQ. So you write them over here, 4 and -5. The next part says find the magnitude of PQ. This is very simple. You use the values found in the previous part, square both the values, add them together and find the square root of both of them. Okay, so 4 square is 16 and -5 square is 25. Add the two, find the square root of these two values, and the value of the magnitude comes out to be 6.40. You write your value over here, 6.40. The next part of the question says find the equation of the line PQ. In order to find the equation, the first thing that you need is the gradient. And the gradient can also be found by this column vector that we have in the first part, -5 and 4. Since these are the change in the x and y values, therefore you write -5 divided by 4. This will give you -1.25. That is the gradient of PQ. Now you have two formulas that you can use. The first one is y equal to mx plus c, but for that you would need to find the y-intercept, which is c. The second formula is y minus y1 equal to m, which is the gradient, times x minus x1. In this formula, you just need a point and the gradient to find the equation of this line. So if I choose point P, the coordinates of point P are 4 and 2. The coordinates of point P are 4 and 2. Therefore, I write y minus the y value, which is 2, equal to the gradient, which is -1.25, times x minus the x value, which is 4. When I expand this, this becomes y minus 2 equals to -1.25x plus 5. If I simplify this, our final equation becomes y equal to -1.25x plus 7. So you write your answer over here, y equal to -1.25x plus 7. The next part of the question says, given that Q is the midpoint of the line PR, find the coordinates of R. They have given us this coordinate plane. To use this coordinate plane, it becomes simpler for us to find the coordinates of R. So let's label this first. In order to label this, I will need to choose the intervals as well. So I choose 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 for my simplicity. And then on the y values, I choose 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 as well. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and -2, -4, -6, -8, -10 and then 0 in the middle. Okay, P is the point at 4 and 2. So this is point P over here. And Q is the point, let's see the coordinates of Q, 8 and -3. 8 and -3 are going to be over here. So this is Q. Now, in order to move from P to Q, you would need to move 4 units to the right and 5 units down. So 4 units to the right and 5 units down. Since Q is the midpoint of PR, you would still move 4 units to the right from Q and 5 units down. Where you end up, that is the point where R is. So the coordinates of R then become 12 and -8. This is our answer to this part. We write the values over here, 12 and -8. And we move on to the next part. In the next part, they've given us this shape. In the diagram, triangles OAB and OCD are similar. OA is equal to A, OB is equal to B, and BC is equal to 4A minus B. Express as simply as possible in terms of A and B the first vector, the column vector, which is AB. Now, in order to move from A to B, you need to go from A to O, which makes it -A, and then from O to B, which is positive B. So you can do -A plus B, or you can simply write B minus A. Either way, it's the right answer. So I may write B minus A so that things are simpler and the negative sign is in the middle. The next column vector is AC. In order to go from A to C, you would need to go from A to B. We already have that vector. And then from B to C. They have given us this vector over here, which is BC. So we just add the two. You do B minus A, that is the vector of that is the column vector of AB, and you add 4A minus B to it. When you simplify this, this becomes 3A, and that's your answer. This is 3A. The next column vector they have asked for is CD. In order to go from C to D, you would need to find out what CA is and then what BD is to make things simpler. Okay, if they are similar triangles, if OAB and OCD are similar triangles, and in this B to C that is given to us, or in the previous part we found AC, this is supposed to be 3 units if we are going in this direction. But if you're going in the opposite direction, this becomes negative 3A. So this becomes negative 3A. From C to A and then from A to O, this becomes CA in total becomes negative 4A. And then if these two triangles are similar, that means if OB is B, that means B to D would also be 3B. Then from O to D, your total becomes 3B. 4B, my bad. 4B. So your answer becomes very simple. If you're going from C to D, all you have to do is add C to A and then C to O and then O to B. When you add this, C to O is negative 4A and O to B is positive 4B. That's your answer. You write 4B minus 4A. The next part says, find in the simplest form the ratio of the perimeter of the triangle OAB and the perimeter of the triangle OCD. This is a very simple question. You can pick any side. For example, if I choose OA and compare it to OC. OA was 1 unit and OC was 4 units. So the ratio of the perimeter becomes 1:4. The last part of the question says, the area of the triangle OAB against the area of the trapezium ABDC. Okay. For example, if you are comparing the two triangles OAB against OCD, the areas would be 1 squared because the length was 1 and 4 squared, right? So the ratio between them would become 1:16. But they have asked us for the trapezium ABDC. Therefore, you need to subtract the area of the triangle that is OAB from the entire triangle that is OCD. So the area of that smaller triangle is 1 unit. So you subtract 1 from 16 and your final answer or the ratio between OAB and ABDC becomes 1:15. This is our final answer, 1:15, and we are done with the question. I hope this question made sense. The complete working of the entire question is present in the description below for you to download. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and thank you so much for watching.